Hashrate. Activate Quantum Immortality.
What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of CryptoZombie. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having an excellent day today. Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are in the green today. Bitcoin up another 3% today. Ethereum up almost 8%, 25% in just the past 3 days. And many of these altcoins are having even bigger rallies as well. So is this the final moment that we've waited for? Well, we do have really big news. You can see that we are trying to push up right now as I'm making this video, which is why I wanted to bring it to you nice and early. You could see that we did in fact get that weekly close that we were talking about. I said if we can close above this 50 exponential moving average, this would be incredible for the Bitcoin price. And as you could see, we have closed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 consecutive weeks above this level, although it has been turbulent and we have had many wicks to the downside. On the weekly chart, we continue to see strength. We continue to see that buying. So are we out of the woods currently? Well, what I want to talk about is the fact that Bitcoin could be looking to put in a very large move very soon. So I'm going to show you guys right now exactly what I'm doing, what I'm looking at, how I would potentially trade this when we do have this confirmation. And obviously I'm bringing this to you nice and early today because I had a look at the chart and I said to myself, we need to get this video out ASAP. So if that sounds good to you, we're also going to talk about the fact that, we have had this crazy Bitcoin hash rate drop due to the China dilemma that's going on right now. I'll let you know what that means for Bitcoin. Some people are saying it's this hugely negative impact on, Bitcoin and the price, etc. I'm actually going to explain to you why it's not as big of a deal as people are making it out to be. But first and foremost, we are going to dive into these charts super quick. And if that sounds good to you, you know what to do. If you're not subscribed, well, definitely get subscribed. What are you waiting for, guys? We make these updates for the most part every single day. Obviously, some days I do need to take off, but today is an important day because we are looking for a very critical move for Bitcoin. So let's dive in. And the first thing that I want to talk about right here is that we have had these shorts, these Bitcoin shorts over on Bitfinex, absolutely plummet, fall off a cliff. We saw the largest daily spike ever in the history of Bitcoin for Bitcoin shorts, and we have had a massive reversal to the downside. And you can see right here, it does not look like they are trying to, short at these levels. Now, obviously, things could change very quickly, but right now, there is a lot of hope for Bitcoin. Now, you can even see over here, on the CME futures chart, we've actually started to, in my opinion, what it looks like is we're putting in something like a rounded bottom. Like you can actually see, if you look at this, we're starting to almost curve the other way, right? Now, this doesn't mean that we can't still have another, little 5%, 10% pullback, right? But what it does mean is that we're starting to potentially possibly see a trend reversal. And even though we are down in the red right here, which was pretty darn concerning, I will say that, we are starting to put in momentum waves to the upside, right? So we are seeing the money potentially flowing back into Bitcoin after this detrimental crash that we had. Now, obviously, we need to keep our eyes on things like the DXY. The DXY is also curling up as well. You usually don't want this to start moving up too fast. That tends to not be good for things like Bitcoin and stocks. However, we do have stocks still pushing up even higher, right? So let's talk about right now what is happening. This is pretty much all there is. There's really nothing else to look at in the charts right now. This is the most important thing. So as you can see right here, we have been held down by this resistance. We had this peak right here around May 26th, and we had the dump. We had another one right here around June 4th, okay? We hit the resistance, the downward sloping resistance. So keep in mind, there still is a lot of downwards pressure for Bitcoin, and we had the dump. Same thing right here again on June 10th, and we hit the resistance, and we had another dump. Now, we did have this fake out rally right here, which was a little bit of a bull trap, okay? But then once again, it acted as resistance, and guys, I'm not kidding. As I'm making this video right now, you can see, zooming in, Bitcoin right here is at these levels again, trying to break out of this pattern. Now, we don't have a lot more room. I mean, okay, so technically Bitcoin could bounce around here. If you really wanted to bring it all the way out, yeah, could we bounce, around in this area potentially through the end of the first week of July, yeah, it's possible. You know, we could have Bitcoin fall back down again, but let me show you exactly what I'm looking at and what Bitcoin needs to do pretty much immediately if the bulls want for this rally to continue to the upside. Essentially, we need to break out of this resistance right here. And currently, for those of you listening on in your car, I know some people said, oh, I only say level, I don't say the price. Well, sometimes there is no price because it's actually a trend. So the trend changes. But in this particular case, yes, I do have a level. We need to get above $35,762. You can see right here, that's where we were having a lot of this bounce consolidation support. It's sort of the middle area between it. So what I want to do is break out of this range. And by the way, guys, if you are looking to trade this, if you are a breakout pattern trader, then yeah, you do want to get above the $35,200 level, which is kind of where we're sitting right now, but you want to see a strong breakout, and I want to see a candle close on minimally the 4 hour, preferably the daily. And if that's the case, especially if we have a retest down to this level being the resistance. So once again, you have to see the chart to know what I'm talking about, which would probably be right around that $35,000 level evenly. Then I would pretty much be looking to put in that long. And I do think that Bitcoin could potentially continue all the way up, not necessarily in a straight line, but to that $40,000 level, where then we are going to have a lot of issues, because like we had it here and we had it back here, this is where we're going to really have the next major level of resistance, right? So that would be the play. And if you guys are looking to trade this, you can do this over on Bybit. That is my preferred exchange, especially for Bitcoin. Specifically, if you guys are interested, I do have almost $4,000 worth of bonuses between Bybit and Femex and Prime XBT below, and 3 commas if you want to do auto trading as well. Check out those below in the description. And if you don't know what you're doing, well, then you shouldn't trade with actual money. Use a paper account. Try it out first. And if you want to know how to do that, check out my tutorial popping up above. It's also at the end of the video. It pops up. You guys can click on that if you want. So that is essentially what I would be looking to do. So am I going to be trading the actual breakout? Probably not. For me personally, I like to see confirmation. Sometimes you can get these like scam wicks to the upside and then instant correction. So a lot of people can get trapped up in that. But yeah, right now, guys, we are at the level that we spoke about. This is extremely critical. We are at the resistance again. We visited this again. And I do think if we have a confirmed breakout, I don't think it's going to be a fake out breakout, like this thing back here. I actually think that this will be the real deal. So that is what I'm looking to do. And if you're worried about, oh, well, what if it doesn't break out? Well, if it doesn't break out, and this is just a possibility as well, then what I would be looking for is probably for Bitcoin to potentially come down and retest this trend line right here, which would bring it back to around $34,000. However, since we've tested it so many times, there is that possibility that we do come down here again to the $32,000 level. And if we can get confirmation right there and curve back up, that would actually put us on this trend right here, which would be putting in higher lows, which is good for Bitcoin. And the real key that I'm looking at, the ultimate key right here, is for anybody using Market Cipher. As you can see down here, we do look like the red money flow is starting to actually curve back into the green. You can see there's been a lot of strength in this move. You can see that we're putting in higher waves to the top. And what I would be looking for is, you see how we have this big wave right here, this big wave cluster, right? And then we have this smaller one right here. What I would be looking for, and this is if Bitcoin pulls back, I'm not going to like freak out, oh no, the price is going down. What I'm going to look for is potentially coming down, maybe retesting the $32,500 level. If we do have this wave cross to the downside and we put in a smaller wave, a smaller blue wave on the bottom, then that for me would be confirmation of the trend, and all the stars would be aligning for Bitcoin. And then I definitely think we are going to be seeing massive moves for Bitcoin to the upside, right? Obviously, if we fall too far to the downside, then we'll talk about it. But right now, I'm not going to get bearish, especially when we're trying to push on critical resistance that has been holding us down for about a month now. So that is what we're doing. Like I said, if you guys are interested in trading that, check out the links below. There are literally $4,000 in bonuses if you guys are interested. But this is a very critical move, and I just wanted to bring it to you guys. So hopefully you guys be very safe out there. Don't rush in. Don't chase the pump or anything like that. Wait for confirmation. Once we get that confirmation that we're moving to the upside, then, well, I think a lot more people are going to start being happier in this space again, because it's been quite a negative place. sentiment wise, because, you know, obviously we've fallen 50%. So that's not always fun to do that, right? Now, here's the other bit of FUD I want to talk about super quick. So we do have the largest decline in hash rate that we've seen in a year. Okay, so we haven't seen this big of a decline in a year. Now, we know exactly why this is happening. This is happening because of what happened with China. These guys are turning off their miners. We're losing hash rate. So, you know, in theory, people go, well, doesn't this mean that it's not good for the network? The network is slower now. It's taking longer to do Bitcoin transactions, etc. Yes, it does in the short term affect all of that, right? But remember that Satoshi built into the Bitcoin protocol the difficulty adjustment. So this is exactly why it was designed to do what it does for situations like this, right? So once we have that difficulty adjustment, it'll actually be more profitable. Well, right now it actually is more profitable for the miners, but let me just break it down for you guys, because Glassnode explained it a lot better than I'm doing right now. So the upcoming record difficulty drop means that Bitcoin is about to get a lot more profitable while hash rate slowly returns to the network. So Bitcoin miners are unlikely to pressure Bitcoin price by selling coins in the coming weeks, according to data from Glassnode. They say amid the ongoing transfer of mining equipment and therefore Bitcoin hash rate out of China, fears have emerged over miners selling Bitcoin to cover costs and liquidations. Given the magnitude of the geographical changes, the China route marks the largest hash rate shakeup in history. Miners could compound selling pressure by disposing of coins, which may not otherwise have moved in a long time. So that's the FUD, right? That's what everybody's saying. That's what you're hearing in the headlines. Now listen to this. But according to Glassnode, the situation appears to be already under control. Miners are in transit, it notes, and those still online face a giant windfall. This is because later this week, Bitcoin's difficulty will drop by almost 25%. Again, the biggest move down ever, meaning it will be more profitable to mine Bitcoin for the remaining miners. As such, there should be less incentive to sell, as network participants will be in an upward spiral of profitability until the missing hash rate returns and difficulty increases. So the report goes on to say, since a very large proportion of hash power is currently offline and in transit, the next difficulty adjustment is estimated to be about 25% to the downside. So miners who remain operational are likely to become even more profitable over the coming weeks, unless price corrects further or migrating hash power comes back online. So yes, we do know that miners need to cover their costs, but are we actually having the breakout right now, guys? Whoa, hold on. Whoa, where's the chart? Where's the chart? Guys, we are having this breakout actually right now. Look at this. Wow, I wish I could have got this video out quicker. So this is I gotta get this out quick. So this is the level that we're looking for. It's okay, we're not too late to the party. Like I said, I'm not trading the breakout anyway. I'm waiting for the breakout confirmation to come back down. Yeah, I could potentially miss a huge move. But yeah, anyway, so guys, we're having the breakout right now as I'm making this video. So like I said, we're hitting this $35,762 level right here. And yeah, I don't expect a straight shot to the upside, although it is possible. But yeah, we're having it right now, guys. We are having this breakout right now. So what you're going to want to look for if you're trading this is look for confirmation, right? Because we're on the 4-hour. Doesn't mean anything. We could have a wick to the upside. We want to see confirmation of a candle close above this level, a retest, back down. If we go higher, you just want to look at these resistance levels. So we're looking at 35,762 as level number 1. The second level is 36,562. Touching any of these, having a rejection off of these, and retesting some of these lower supports is exactly what we're looking for this breakout move, okay? So that's basically that, and I do want to just, I wanted to talk about some quick news. I wanted to talk about the fact that Morgan Stanley holds a substantial sum of Bitcoin-related assets. They were revealed in their monthly portfolio. The report details that they own it through Grayscale's Bitcoin Trust. They hold about 28,289 shares, which is estimated to be about $1.23 million at the time of filing. So that is essentially it for me today, guys. We are having this breakout. We are trying to break above it. And another thing too that I'm noticing as well is right here, we have this 200, which isn't really as critical on the 4-hour, but you will notice, see this downward sloping yellow line right here? Do you see how it acted as our resistance right here? This has been holding us down. It is a very critical level. We do need to also break above this, but like I said, the 4-hour isn't as important. So that's essentially what's going on. Hopefully, by the time you guys see this video, it's not too late. Like I said, there's still plenty of time. I highly doubt that Bitcoin is just going to go to $40,000 today. If it does, that'd be great because I'm a hodler and I'll just take my spot position and ride it. But ultimately, that is what we are looking for. Be safe out there, guys. Remember, if you are trading this, you can do it over on Bybit, which is my preferred exchange. Definitely don't use high leverage. You know, if you're a beginner, you know, 3x is like honestly the highest because, well, I don't really have time to explain how leverage works, but essentially, you know, it increases very fast, very low leverage, right? Because if you're doing 2x, now you're talking 50% moves to the upside or downside for 100% or liquidation. 3x would be 33, 4, 25, 5, 20, you understand? Because it has to equal 100. So yes, anyway, guys, that is for another day. If you are interested in learning all of that about how to trade, you can check out the videos that are going to pop up right here, right now in just a few seconds. But that is it for me. Thank you so much for coming back to the channel. You guys rock. You're the reason that I make these videos for the most part because I'm not making these for myself. So I do love you guys. You're awesome. Enjoy your week. Enjoy your day. We're not out of the woods just yet, okay? It's exciting. It is. We're pushing on the resistance. But anything could happen, guys. It is Bitcoin. Be safe out there. And as usual, you guys know my name's CryptoZombie. And of course, stay crypto and peace out.